Good morning. I am Emodi Alexander Emodi, one-time footballer, now coach. I started my career all the way from Nigeria. I played for Abidjan United in Ibadan. I played for Shooting Stars Film Team in Ibadan. Before I went to Benin Republic, I played for Jam Meserete for one season and I returned back to Nigeria. When I got back to Nigeria in 2008, I saw the situation. I just decided to leave Nigeria to come to Cote d'Ivoire. I came here in 2008 on a mission to go to Spain. The players we came here together. So when we came here, going to Spain, there was always something disturbing me from going. So in 2009, I decided to sign a club here. I went to I went to I went to Africa with a colleague that took me to Africa. When I went to Africa, I got injured in Africa during the trials. So they told me to go and treat myself and come back. So I went back there in 2010. Then the crisis started. After the crisis, they said we should come back. We came back in 2012. When I came back in 2012, the situation was not the way it was. So I came back. I was training on my own and waiting for an eventual offer to leave. So in 2013, a colleague of mine met me and said there's a deal for Greece. So we were preparing for it. We had to go to Abidjan to get our visa. On getting to Abuja, we were expecting our colleagues to come from Abidjan to come and meet us in Abuja because it was a team. When we went to the visa office, we went there, we were 10. So we were supposed to be 18. So when we got there, they said, no, what about the 8 players? They said, no, we can't give your visa to only 10 players. What we have on our list is 18. So after I stayed in Abuja, so I just said, okay, I've already been living in Abidjan. So why not go back and start another team? So I came back in 2014. When I came in 2014, I just said, okay, football is not coming for me and my age is going. Let me just decide to marry and see how it goes. So in 2014 in June, I got married legally there. So now I have the two nationalities. I'm a Nigerian at the same time I'm Nigerian. So after my marriage, I went to Kubo FC to try to sign a contract. When I got there, everything worked well. Everything worked perfectly. But when it came to negotiating the contract, they were telling me I'm a Nigerian, that what they will offer me is too small for me, this and that. So they did not had a good terms between my manager that took me there. So I came back home, sat down, analyzed. I said, this is 2015. My age is already going. So why not create my young club and nurture the players and see how it goes?
All right. So my only question is going to be two-pronged. How easy was it for you to learn French and to communicate in this language? I mean, because I've heard you speak and it's quite fluent.
Okay.
And yeah, and the last part of that question is, were the Ivorians hostile to you initially, knowing that you're coming into their space to do something that would ordinarily want to go to the locals?
Okay. First of all, how did I study French? It's a secret I want to let you know. Because when I came, I had no issue. I just knew bonjour, bonsoir. That's good morning, good evening. So I decided to force myself to learn French. So I started communicating with the individuals. Because first of all, once you come here as a Nigerian that speaks English, you are loved. That is the secret. I just have to let you know. Now, they will want to learn your English at the same time they want to teach you French. So when I saw that it was a bargain, it was a give and take, I said, okay, let me go for it. Then on my radio, I used to listen to BBC and VOA. So BBC is a 93.4, 93.3, 94.3 here. So BBC speaks English. So when they speak English, everything they say in English, there's a program they do, they translate everything in French. So I decided to go for BBC. After BBC, I now noticed that VOA is saying the same thing. So BBC, VOA improved my French because what they say in English, they translate it in French. So that was how I studied French until eventually I started speaking French. Because first of all, I'm learned. I went to school in Nigeria. So learning a language where I know is going to be an advantage to me, it wasn't hard for me to learn. So coming about to how did Ivorians
Yeah,
receive
welcome
me,
me. Yeah.
welcome me? I won't lie to you, I was well received. I was well
So
received.
they were not hostile
There
to
was
you.
no hostility to me. There was no hostility. When I came, I did not have a house in Abidjan. For the first day, I slept with a stranger in his house in Yupubon. He took me from Ajami to go to Yupubon because the Nigerians, I won't lie to you, the Nigerians here, they were afraid of us. They said, no, these footballers. So when the Ivorian boy saw that, he said, no, he cannot leave these two boys. They are just coming from Nigeria. They don't know anybody here. I will take them to my house. That was how an Ivorian took me to his house without knowing me. After that, when I saw that, I said, no, these guys are lovely. We went to his house. We slept there for that night. The following morning, he brought us back to Ajami. When he brought us back to Ajami, when our brothers saw that, they said, no, an Ivorian cannot take care of our brothers in front of us. That was how our brothers took us
Praise to God.
and kept us together. I miss Nigeria. I miss my family. That's what I would say. Because I'm no more with my family, but I'm now married. But this relationship, you cannot just. Family is everything. So no matter how long you stayed outside, that's the aspect I miss about Nigeria. So that's how it is. But here, I'm just I'm just as if in Nigeria, and here we have regular lights. So if I can talk about that. So there's lights, so we don't have problem with that. And the life is easy here. Life is easy here.